Okay, welcome back. I just found some echo. Now it's okay. I found the text so that when a baby, female baby born, there are around 2 million eggs, right? So the mother produced 2 million eggs. Right? But finally, about 400 to 500 eggs will reach maturity. So, I mean, the woman not producing the egg, but make them mature, then when to release to make a baby. So let's going to talk about scrotum, or we can do like woman and man, ovarian or genital compression. The practice is making more energy, more pressure in the genital area. That is our goal, to make the pressure here. That also makes more blood in this area. So we need to learn the internal to pressing down. So we usually press down, like when we go to the toilet, we pressing down. That we have this already, this reflex, we pressing down. But now we need to learn to press down and pull the perineum up. So you pressing down and you squeeze the perineum, and first maybe you only can squeeze. Later on you can pull up. So you create a pressure in the lower part, not high. So when you hold the hands above the pubic bone and you press the finger a little bit in, now when I'm pressing down, internally down, I want to press my finger out. To press my finger out, I need to press down, right? And when I pull my perineum up, you have more force. So first you do without perineum. You press your finger in above the pubic bone. Now you try to press the finger out. Easy. And now we press the finger in and try to press the finger out, including perineum. When you pull the perineum up, there's a force, right? To have force. But without perineum, there's not much force here. But with the perineum, you're pushing out here. So this is the goal. So I press down, pull my perineum, and feel this pressure here. Now I increase this pressure and guide the pressure to the back. So first, now we feel the pressure here, the finger, but now I need to get the pressure on the back. And this pressure on the back will open the sacrum, the pelvic, this part. You feel here, when you have tension here, you can feel you release this tension. So you're pressing down, perineum up, and pressing to the back, and getting this, sometimes like a little bit pain. You release here, and this pressure, when you open on the back, go up to the brain. So the idea is, I press down, activate the sexual energy, guide them on the back up to the brain. And when the sexual energy come up, the saliva drop. Need to be relaxed here. When the saliva drop, getting more saliva, the energy goes into the saliva, and you swallow down. So you get into the cycle. So we inhale, take the 3 times, fully inhale. Hold the breath, pressing down. Feel the pressure here, guide on the back gun. You need to relax here. Mix it down. And you swallow down. This is the whole sequence. We're going to start with belly breath. Exhale, fully relax. Inhale 3 times. Hold the breath, pressing down. Squeeze. Bring the energy to the back. Guide them up. Saliva mixing. Swallow down. And relax. And move a little bit your hip, the spine. Feel the energy flow. We're going to do this now 3 times. Belly breath. Exhale. Inhale 3 times. Hold the breath, pressing down. Piranema. Guide energy. Swell. Belly breath. Exhale. Inhale 3 times. Hold the breath, pressing down. Guide up. One more time. Belly breath. Exhale. Relax. Inhale 3 times. Hold the breath, pressing down. Guide down. And collect energy in your tongue. Nice warm feeling in your tongue. And your program, so be it. Good. So these are the daily practice. If you combine them together, not takes so much time. It can be like you can extend, but if you shorten, it's in 15 minutes, or you can extend to half an hour. So best is always say, okay, I practice for 50 minutes, and when you enjoy so much, you will extend. And but when the pressure is too much, you need to work or do something what you think is more important than your body, you can go ahead. But mostly is you want to practice a little bit more, and you just make more longer to half an hour. Now maybe your question is that we have today single and dual cultivation. And I always talk, these are all single cultivation. But single cultivation is for if you have no partner, but also if you want to do dual cultivation, you have to do the single practice. Otherwise, you not can perform very good. So the single cultivation is for both, is for person who like to do dual cultivation and the person who has no partner, only alone. So need to do both. You have a question? Or no, no question. You have a question? Yeah. Can you talk a little bit loud? We have no microphone. Hmm?
My ears were ringing.
Yeah, the pressure.
The pressure, it's like the primordial sound.
Can also be, but also the pressure in to bring the energy down, but also can be the sound. Yeah.
Is that normal to have the pressure?
Yeah, yeah, you make the pressure. Yeah. There's sometimes ear ringing when, from the pressure here. Yeah, and bring the energy down. There is a question about difference between scrotum compression, genital compression. No, this is the same. Scrotum, genital, I mean scrotum compression, we usually using the word by the men. Genital is for both. I mean we pressing the energy down, and over the time you can really feel a warm feeling in your genital organ. That is then the goal. So it can be, I mean, for both, it is not and there is I think already I explained about inhalation, exhalation. It's up to what you practice, what is you try out which one is more beneficial for you. It can be both inhale, exhale to bring the energy up. But as I said, by exhalation you are a little bit more relaxed here when you want to get the energy on the back up. So the single cultivation is for both. So for good performance, for good dual cultivation, you need to have all this practice you need to do. Then it's just by dual cultivation is just the position and how you perform in this, and this I go then later on. So it's then not that much. You need to learn to circulate the energy. When you learn to circulate energy, you can circulate energy in your partner too. But if you cannot circulate in your body, how you can do this in your partner? So it's then not that much more in the dual cultivation, just circulating the energy and different part where you want to bring. So we have the daily practice, and then we have the weekly practice, what every weekly practice I mean, you can do all of these daily, but otherwise getting maybe sometimes too long, because the 9 flower uh, takes a little bit longer time, a little bit span to starting. This can done by the man and woman, starting by the nipple, activate the gland, and all the different glands activate, and then you do the 9 flowers, actually mostly more the sensitive part uh, down to the sexual organ. So the 9 flower done. So you activate your sexual organ here. So it's activating the gland. This mostly is done by the nipple. Nipple are really connect to the gland and are connect. I mean, the prostate is also gland, so you can connect to the prostate, also connect to the uterus. Uterus is not a gland, it's a muscle, but we know that baby mother who do feeding with breast, uh, so the suction makes the uterus shrink, the suction of the breastfeeding. And then the chi weight lift, I mean, the egg practice for women is, I mean, from my point of view, is a must. I mean, the egg practice, the vagina, and you know, so many women has now uterus going down, pressing on the bladder, and easily losing urine, and so this muscle, this is the pelvic floor training. So with the egg exercise, and later on with small weight, we activate you train the uterus muscle, what is the internal power. The uterus muscle, this muscle has the power not only to give birth to a new human, also is the internal power from the woman. And to avoid all this genital problem, uterus, ovary problem, what now unfortunately many women has, you can avoid with this practice. And of course, the sexual performance is improved when the woman has trained the vagina muscle. And also, you know, the women has, we regarding the women energy as water energy. The man we regarding as a fire energy. So the women need to take care of the water and the man the fire to make the boiling process. So fire under water, let the water making steam. So the water, when you want to boil water, should not be too little. Otherwise, when you boil, the pot getting empty. So it needs to have enough water, and the fire need to not too strong, not too little. When too strong, the fire, this thing on the side, up like on the pot, and go a lot. So you need to have a good fire control and over longer time. And the fire means ejaculation. So that's why you need to control ejaculation, getting not too strong and not too little or just finish, right? So to control, I mean, to making the water in the woman more, lubricate the vagina, all that, this is this practice, getting more lubrication makes this, when this area is more energized, and is more energized, you have less problem in the vagina, because so many women, they have some bacteria in the area. So when we have a healthy vagina, we also have less problem. And the man, of course, need to be sure that is hygiene, that the man clean behind the gland, especially when he has the skin over the gland and behind he not clean very good, he get a lot of bacteria into the vagina. That's why the woman so many problems when the man is not so careful on that. So that's why need to really clean up the penis, an important part, that we clean the penis. So we not only need to clean the penis, we also need to clean the rectum. The rectum for the man is rectum check for the prostate, and we know in the rectum we put administration is the medicine, right? So if the rectum is full of stool, we have like medicine there, and the stool is not really a medicine. And that we get all this toxin from the stool, we get into the body. So cleaning the penis, cleaning the rectum, cleaning the mouth, making a lot of saliva in your mouth. Saliva has antibacterial property. If you have constantly dry mouth, you have constantly a lot of bacteria in the mouth. And that is, and we know this, the mouth has a direct connection to the bloodstream too, so you get all this toxin in your blood. And of course also by kissing, so it's an important part that we have, it's for normal health, and also like when you have dual cultivation, important that you have a clean mouth and you clean the genital. It's very important to have this done. So the G weightlifting for men, you know, when we look the psoas one, when one is more tight, we get in trouble. Whole body getting unbalanced here. And when we have to balance and to get this in the middle, when we have the weight, what is pulling down. Here we have, like here, a little bit more strong. The weight in the middle down, he makes the whole body straight here. So, and also is connected to all the organ. So we activate the inner organ, and we have we activate the pelvic floor training, right? To get, as already mentioned, to get the erection and stronger pelvic floor, and it's also to strengthen the psoas muscle and to strengthen the organ. So this is a very powerful and very secret tool. But when we know now, I think we have now so many explanations, you start to understand why this is important. Because I had a neighbor here, has a holiday house here, but he lives in Kuala Lumpur. And then we talked one time, and then they said, yeah, he has a Chinese master. He come every month to Kuala Lumpur, and he teach him this weightlifting, how to do. But he not really understand what he doing. And but he feel like it's good. But all the time when I ask him, he said, don't ask, just practice. So he felt good and just he did the practice, but he not really understood why this practice is done. So that's why I think Machia has all this information for you. Sometimes can be maybe too much. It's easier to tell you a practice and to say, practice, don't ask, just practice. It's easier to do it, but otherwise I know we have to, explain long time, but then is don't forget the practice. The practice is an important part, but you get more efficient when you have the knowledge for what you're doing. So going to the dual cultivation, to understand that and a little bit to what is the multi-orgasmic from the man. The multi-orgasmic is not multi-ejaculation, it's multi-orgasmic. Learn, right? And as you know, an orgasmic feeling is not an ejaculation. Orgasmic feeling is orgasmic feeling. Ejaculation comes with an orgasmic feeling, but we can have an orgasmic feeling before ejaculation. But mostly we experience a very fast, orgasmic feeling and then quite fast ejaculation. So we come everything close together. But the practice make you the orgasmic feeling longer because through this pelvic floor training, you not urge of ejaculation not come so fast. If you have a weak pelvic floor, the urge of ejaculation come very fast. So you arouse yourself and you get more and you ejaculate. But through the training, you have a longer orgasmic feeling, going higher up, and there is the ejaculation. Okay, when we talk about what Mother Shia said from 1 to 10, so that 1 to 10 can be very, very close or very long, but we see this orgasmic feeling goes very long through the practice, and then you come to the ejaculation. So when you look to the here to this chart, what we say like a normal orgasm, so we have aroused feeling. I think I cannot see. Can you show them online? They not see them. Yeah. So this is the normal orgasmic. So you have an aroused feeling, kind of plateau phase, and then is the ejaculation. So this here this you can extend longer. So if it's not trained, maybe you have already here an ejaculation. If you get it trained, this can be longer and longer, and then an ejaculation occur, and even can go even higher up. So the training makes this phase longer until you have the urge for ejaculation. Now, the practice is not to ejaculate, so you, when you, let's say a beginner, maybe you start from here. This is like, because when you go in here and you have not the control ejaculation, you don't know, maybe you ejaculate. So the practice you starting maybe earlier. Otherwise, when you then more practice, you can go really to, like what Manshia said, to number 8, 9, and do the practice to guide the energy up. So now when we do the practice, so we have this phase, and here before ejaculation we stop, we guide the energy through the partner or through ourselves, and then there's a little bit a dropping phase, and then we start again, and then dropping phase, so we go all getting up, and that's why we call this valley orgasm. So this dropping phase is a little bit critical for a man who little bit erection problem. So when a woman has a vagina was a bit active, so when the penis getting a little bit softer, she still can make the penis hard inside and make them erection. Otherwise, you don't need to wait too long. You don't need to make this resting period too long. And in fact, later on, it can be like just a slower movement, and then you go for excitement again, you go in a faster movement over. So you don't need to really to stop for those men who has a bit fear to lose the erection. So, but anyway, the aroused feeling for the practice can go higher and higher. My personal experience is, you know, you talk these nine shallow and 1 deep. With my personal experience, and also I learned in Indian practice, actually when you have the shallow, actually you activate the gland more. So actually it's not so easy to control ejaculation, because when the gland on top here, when you have the shallow, okay, you can activate here with the G-spot for the woman, and nearly here the clitoris, this area with the gland. But when you activate with the gland this area, it's harder to control ejaculation. So it's easier you go deep in, and when you go deep in, here you can activate the G-spot and the clitoris is the penis, not the front part here. And this part is not so sensitive. So when you deep in, and actually you can experience yourself when the penis has more tight, it's harder to ejaculate when it's too low. Like same like you can practice yourself when you masturbate and near ejaculation, you squeeze on the gland, you can control the ejaculation. So when a woman inside can leave it squeeze on the penis on the gland, and you move inside, but you move out on this the back part of the penis, the G-spot and clitoris. Here you can stimulate the woman, and you not get so much stimulate for the gland that you urge too fast for ejaculation. This is also a theory you have to try out yourself. So it's not something fixed you can do yourself. And of course, the number, I don't think that you're going to count always. This is just give you a variation on that. But that is the personal experience you can try out yourself. So then when you see here the exchange, you can use your microscopic and feel the energy flow in yourself. Mentally, you can also feel in your partner, and you can make the figure 8, right? You can feel like let the energy going up, and can go when you kiss, can go on the back side or in front by the woman down and up, or you make the circle here and on the penis, on vagina, you come up. This is up to you, so you exchange energy. Actually, it's going automatically. Of course, when you have a little bit in the mind or that, you can enhance, but you experience yourself when you be together and you hug close together, you have an energy exchange automatically, and this you feel in the sexual performance is a different part when you have, let's say, without any this knowledge, and you have the sexual intercourse with a partner, and you have the masturbation. There's no much energy exchange by masturbation. By just normal love already, you have an energy exchange. But now, when you do masturbation and you let the energy circle and draw up, you have also an energy exchange in yourself. Right? And when you have the partner and you do the energy exchange, you can increase, you have much more power. When you raise the energy up, and then, even you feel so good, you don't need to ejaculate, and that is the moment what the penis is still hard. And that's why we say soft entry, hard retreat is more life. So, but when you have the feeling to ejaculate, then you ejaculate, then the penis getting softer. So soft retreat, soft entry is just not so really in very, very aggressive. Some is a little bit, the fire is not that very high, so you enter and you building up, and on the end, when you have done several times, this energy exchange is the boiling water. You takes a little bit the time, and this energy exchange and energy drawing up, when you move your body and you learn this thing, when you move, the energy will go. You don't need to rest. Now I have to pull up the energy and all that. This is training. It's not the performance. Performance is a light moving and drawing the energy up. But the training, you have to pump all this. This is, when the tennis player play the match, right? And they play, it look easy, but they train very hard. And why a tennis player has to still every day has to play, every day have to play the ball? Why they have to do it? They still cannot hit the ball. They have to train every day. And this is the same in our display. The single cultivation, this practice, we have to do every day for have a good performance, a good energy exchange. So how we have, there is so many books also around, and this is actually this few days course actually cover many books, and what I also really like, this is the one of the first sexual book, the female and male book from Madhya. I like these two books, they are very good. And then there is the sexual reflexology, all the position, all that. the position makes some, can make healing, all that. If you go more in, you need to have the book to refer this, and you can read, and you see here, but now you have to cover the information. I think will help you to understand. And then, of course, what the iron shirt is really a nice practice for get the grounding, because when you do the energy work, you connect, as I said, your Wi-Fi on. You get the universal energy that come to you. So you need to have a grounding, otherwise you start to float. That's why in our system, to get certified in the healing love, that you can teach this practice, you need to be, you need to be a certified instructor, but also you need to pass the Iron Shirt evaluation. And then you can do the healing love evaluation. You cannot be before. There are so many people, they like, oh, I want to be a healing love instructor, and so, but first need to be the basic, the instructor. What is one very important aspect is sexual energy multiply everything. It's a multiplying energy, and multiply the negative emotion. So to balancing the negative emotion is the 6 healing sound. If you go later, is the fusion practice, what Marcia will do on Sunday, workshop on fusion. One day short, it's actually fusion 1, 2, and 3, but at least an introduction in fusion. So you need to balance the negative. Man, the penis is tendon, tendon is liver, liver is angry. And when you do the sexual practice, and when you do also just sexual perform, without any this practice, just you have your sexual practice a lot, you build up a lot of anger, because we have naturally more anger energy, and you multiply this. The woman is more into water energy. Water is the kidney, fear, and it is, in general also we can see, why a man can rape a woman. Raping is really angry energy. The liver makes the penis erect, that he can do. But the angry woman, difficult to make sex, makes everything close, everything can bear it. But when she is fear, she open more. And that is mostly, some men understand this wrongly. Woman likes to have protection when she has some like fear moments, she feels insecure. The man come to protect the woman, and she open more up. But she not open up for sex, but if she know, maybe she want to have sex. That's why we have so many problems in this part. We not understand so much this the women nature, because it's a different signal. So emotion part is an important part in the practice too. So that's why the 6 healing sound is so much recommended. So the healing love recommend is the inner smile, 6 healing sound, open up the microscope, or that you can circulate the energy. And then you can enjoy the ride, right? So if any question, go around and see here, which book do you recommend reading for the partner who did not attend your course? Yeah, this is this here. For male is the male sexual energy is here. This is the yellow one. maybe they have sometimes different, but it's cultivate the female sexual energy for women, or just both together. There are, there are all these basic practice are in and an explanation. And for a partner who want to maybe encourage the other partner that he practice, just buy a book and like what Marcia always say, put this around in the living room, and then when the partner look and start to read, maybe get interesting in the practice. But mostly is your daily performance makes the partner practicing and makes learning. Not you have to do it, you have to do it, you have to do it. Not that. That's even not. Your daily performance, how you daily she get positive, start getting positive, and also maybe with the sex getting positive, and so then he start to interest into this practice. And I would like to know when a woman is right before starting menstruation and extra sensitive with the emotion. What is the best to focus on during those days leading up to menstruation? I mean, breast massage is very good. Breast massage, and actually menstruation problem is also can be a tightness here. So massage, I mean, before you can do, not during the menstruation, but before, to maybe some tension can also make some pain on this. Remove this is the line, yeah. Yeah, this is the 5 line. As personally, I don't do this 5 line. This, when it's getting too complicated, for me, easy to spine up and down, and I know it's getting, and when I want to, I mean, it's going, it already explains, going into my organ in the brain, and I learned this, and this is now a little bit new development, so you can try out what you like, but my person is always just the spine up. I do this practice, and if I want to bring in one energy, mostly I do into a different energy with my weightlifting, because I get my energy up and I bring into the organ. I'm not in the dual cultivation, I'm not so in specific organ, so just let it circulate in. Must be a little bit easy, too complicated, I cannot do. But we have so everything for everybody, and so try out. And then what we have more. Is there any question here in the room? No question. Single cultivation. For pregnant women, recommend. I mean, the pelvic floor practice, yes, of sure, because they need to practice for the woman. I mean, I would not do the weightlifting, but the vagina practice. If you have to see a little bit how you feel. If you feel not so, but if you have a feeling you want to do, and I think, of course, when you're pregnant and you start with something new, but we know pregnant women that do the pelvic floor training, have to do pelvic floor training. So all this also have to be a little bit, you can with the partner, you can, you don't need to tell him, just because sometimes you have a partner don't want to know about this. Just, I mean, just hack him and this you have already energy. I mean, you do all this we do automatically. It's not just, but it's easier for a man to practice with a woman who not practice than a woman who want to practice a man not practice. Because when a man is just focused on ejaculation, and he want to do very fast and ejaculate and then finish, she cannot practice so much. But the woman, okay, she need to love to have sex, then it doesn't matter, then she like that it's going a little bit longer. Some women, they want to finish fast too, because they have pain, they have no pleasure, and they are happy that the man ejaculate fast and everything is done very fast. But the woman who experience orgasmic and long or many orgasmic, or that part there is beneficial, means she can do longer. So when then the man can practice and can practice this, then both benefit. But when a woman want to practice longer and the man just fast and she cannot hold or premature ejaculation, it's more difficult. Then you just do the single cultivation. That's and you enjoy there. And single cultivation you can do a lot. Okay, I think there is now all done. Oh, then one more. Combine 3-fire breath after activity. How to combine beer breath? Just contract also. This is mentally. You bring them mentally together. You feel like they are connected. Make them the 3 fires together. The 6 sound. Yeah, you do the 6 healing sounds, the same, the creation cycle. You only start with the lungs, but the cycle is the same. It's always the creation cycle. Okay, I think we going slowly to the end. And if there's no question here in the room, thank you very much for joining me today, and may the practice and health always be with you. Thank you. Bye-bye.